Alright, so here's some more EOC review, starting at number 40 and going until I'm out of time. Alright, so we have a pyramid with these dimensions. We're going to apply some scale factors to this pyramid, and they want to know the new surface area and volume. Alright, so this takes a little bit of work, although at face value it doesn't seem to be too ridiculous. But let's go ahead and get to it. So let's go ahead and draw ourselves a pyramid, starting with ourselves a little parallelogram, kinda, and make ourselves a pyramid from that. So we got. Hold on. Let me pause. I'm trying to find my pyramid. All right, so there's my pyramid. It's okay. But maybe it should be more like that. That's okay, that's fine. All right, anyway, so this thing has a base of 4 inches. This is also 4 inches, and the height is way off scale. Height is 2 inches. All right, but that's okay. This is my bad, very bad, not to scale pyramid. All right, so what is the surface area and the volume? Volume's easy. The volume is the base times the height the base times the height, and the base equals the length times the width, right? So this is just going to divide it by 3. Right, so this is the base is 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay, so that's base, and so the height, so the volume is 16. What is it? Inches. Inches times 2 inches divided by 3. So the volume is 32. Or yeah, 32 times divided by 3. 32 divided by 3, which is 10.66 inches. Fraction 10 2/3 inches. 10 2/3 inches. Okay, well, surface area is not as easy to figure out. So you have to figure out the surface area each one of these triangles. So you have 2 of these triangles. Let's see if I can color. So we have 2 of these triangles, 2 of the green triangles, and then we have 2 of them. I'm going to cover up all my good work, and then 2 of these triangles that make up the surface area. And the base, right? So the volume, so the surface area here, and the surface area equals, we'll say 2 of those triangles plus 2 of the green skinny triangles. Well, they're still 2. Still 4 inches. They're 2 of the same triangle because they're still 4 inches. The length and the width are still 4 inches, so they're actually just the same triangles. My thing is just deceiving. Plus the base. What color should I make the base? I'll make the base pink. Plus the base. The base. Alright, so that's the area. These are all areas. Well, this is inches cubed, by the way. What was I doing? This is inches. I'm leaving out units. I'm the worst. Alright, so this is inches. This is inches squared. This is going to be an inches squared, and this is inches squared times inches. So this is inches cubed. I'm very sorry about leaving out the bad that example. Right, these are all areas, so these are all going to be in inches squared. All right. Not connected or completed the cardinal sin of mathematics. It didn't include the units. Shame on me. Okay, so excuse me. Let's figure out. So consequently, these are the same because they're both 2 by 4. So the length and the width. In this case, the length equals the width. Right? So I can just consolidate this into 4 of these 4 triangles plus a base, because these are the same. Okay. All right. So how can I do this one? First, let's figure out the base. All right. So the base is 4 times 4. So that's 4 squared. So the area of the base equals 4 inches by 4 inches equals 4 inches squared, which is, hey, it's a square. 4 and 4. Ain't that a coincidence? Hey, it's 4 squared, which is 16. Man, that's crazy. That's nuts. 4, which is 16 inches squared. All right, so that's that one. And you might be thinking, oh, well, the height, well, this is just 2 and 4, right? Well, it's not that easy, right? Because we actually don't know the slant height. We don't actually know how long this is. Because if you looked at, if you took a cross section of this thing and you sliced it in half, you'd end up having a triangle that kind of looked like this. Okay, it would be 2 this way, and it would be 2 this way, right? And then we're trying to figure that length out in order to solve for the quote-unquote height of the triangle, right? Because we don't know because these triangles here, it's the base times the height divided by 2, right? Because the area, I guess I jumped ahead of myself. The area of the triangles equals the base times the height divided by 2, because that's the area of the triangle. Well, the base is 4, and the height, what is the actual height? It's not 2, right? Because the height is this, right? And the base is 4, right? So what is the actual height? The height is this. It's the slant height. Remember the slant height. So we gotta figure that out. Well, this was 2, right? If this is 2, that's 2 that way, and that's 2 that way. So luckily, the hypotenuse is going to have the same calculation both ways. This is going to be the square root of 2 squared plus 2 squared, which is the square, that's 4, and that's 4. This is the square root of 8, which is 2 times 4, which is going to be 2 squared root of 2, right? So I believe, yeah, let me double check that. So this is, I used that one. So yeah, so this is 2 squared plus 2 squared. That's 4 plus 4. This is 8, which is 2 times 4. 2 times 4. 2 times 4, and I bring that out, it becomes a 2 square root of 2. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that is the length of that. That is the height of each one of these triangles. So the base is 4 times 2 square root of 2 divided by 2. So that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out. So my area of each one of these equals 4 square root of 2. All right, so I have each one of those. Okay, so now let me go ahead and plug in my final stuff. This is going to be equal to my surface area. Finally, is going to be equal to 4 times 4 square root of 2 plus 16 inch. Oh, and of course, I did it again. Inches squared. Inches squared plus 16 inches squared for a grand total of, I guess I'll round it, 4 square root of, let's see, 4 squared plus times 2 equals 32 times 4 equals 128 inches squared plus 16 equals 144 inches squared. Let me double check that. So 4 times 2 square root equals square that equals 32 times 4 equals plus 16 equals, I have 144 inches squared for my surface area. All right, let me double check that one. I made an error because I did this twice here. Wait a minute, I don't think I did. Yeah, I think I calculated wrong on that one. All right, so 4 times 4 square root of 2 plus 16. Because I came up with a number way higher than what made sense. So 4 times 4 equals times 2 square root equals that plus 16 equals 38.6. That equals 38.6 inches squared. All right, so there we go. So those are two values for inches squared and inches cubed for volume and surface area. Okay, so how do we go, where do we go from here? All right, so you may remember that for linear things, anything with a meter, feet, centimeter, you know, where the unit is to the first, after the scale factor, or K, is applied. The final value is the initial value times the scale factor to the first. For areas, with anything with the unit squared, it's your area final times your area initial. Is your area final is your area initial times your scale factor squared, and your volume is your area final. Volume final equals your volume initial times your scale factor cubed. And if you can't remember this, just remember your scale factor to the same unit exponent, right? That should help you remember, right? So surface area is in units squared, volume is in units cubed, right? So you take your scale factor and you either square it or cube it, and then multiply it by your initial value, and that'll be your final value. Let's do surface area first. Okay, so we're going to take 38.6 and multiply it by our scale factor squared. Okay, so 38.6 times 4 is 154.4 inches squared. 3 squared is 9, so 9 times 38.6 equals 347.4 inches squared. Okay, 1/2 squared is 0.0625 times 38.6 equals 2.413. Maybe I can, yeah, sure, inches squared. Okay, now we're going to do volume. Okay, volume, okay, 2 to the third equals 8 times 10 and 2/3 equals 3/4. Wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. 10 and 2/3 equals times 2 to the third equals, that's right, 85 1/3 inches cubed. Okay, 10 and 2/3 times 3 to the third equals 288 inches cubed. Okay, 1/2 to the third equals 1/8 times 10 and 2/3 equals 1 1/3. 1 1/3 inches cubed. All right, so that's how you do that one. That was 17 minutes long. That's enough for one video.